Hi, Gerry.
Hey Gino, how's it going?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. Are you kidding? Are you comfortable?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right, you're a
comfortable.
big guy. So, how's it going? How was
good.
How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was good.
Family?
Yeah, had it with family. My mother's sister's family came over, and my grandfather.
Oh, wonderful.
All the good food, pies, everything.
Really?
Yeah.
You grew up here, right?
Yeah.
You're a local kid, pretty
Yeah.
much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's your dad?
He's Gerry Holmes.
Okay.
He owns Cook's Cafe, and he has a pool business.
Of course. He has a pool business too?
Mm-hmm.
Does he put pools in, or does he just...
I think he's helped to put a few in, but his job is mainly to clean them and put in like equipment to function them.
Interesting. And you have no interest in the sandwich business?
I mean, I've worked there for, a few summers back when I was in high school, but my heart is in outdoor education.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go for a little drive, and we'll learn about that and talk about a bunch of other things too.
Sounds good.
Now, when I first met you, you were teaching Harry, my son, at the Lighthouse School how to make fire.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
What got you inspired to do outdoor education, and what does that really mean?
Yeah. Well, I've always been really interested in the outdoors, like ever since I was a little kid. Picking spiders up with my hands and looking under rocks and finding bugs, and nature was always calling me in that way. And growing up, I was fascinated by watching movies about Native Americans or just any people that were really connected to the land and got their food from the land and had, very, very intense connection with the land that people that didn't live that way didn't have. And I had some rough patches in high school,
As we all have had.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny, I'm not going to interrupt you too much, but when kids that might be watching this hear that you, me, we've had rough patches, it goes away once you're out of high school, so don't take that too seriously. Right?
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So go ahead. So this rough patch in high school.
Yeah, so, I was trying to find my way and had a lot of anger. But my parents sent me to this camp up in Maine at Bryant Pond, and it was run by a man named Michael Douglas, and he has a school called the Maine Primitive Skills School, and he runs these little satellite programs around Maine, and that was one of them. And it was a 3-week program to learn survival skills and ancestral skills from many different traditions. So we learned how to make shelters, fire, how to purify water, how to find food, plant food, how to make traps, how to hunt.
Wow. How did that help you with your anger?
Well, just being up there in the mountains and being empowered with this ability to just go off in the wilderness and not need to come back for food. And I've been out many times, and it's not that it's not hard, but to have those skills that you can trust and sharpen through many years of practice was really empowering.
How long did it last?
The camp?
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Okay, 3 weeks, and it was just a summer camp?
It was a summer camp, yeah.
And what were the kids like that you were involved in?
It wasn't geared towards kids that
needed reforming.
Right. Yeah. Although there were a few kids that I could tell were, very sharp, like I was in some of those aspects. But
So you took that class in high school. When you came back to high school, what was high school like after that?
It was totally different.
Cool.
Yeah. After that, actually, I think I did one more year of school. I failed 9th grade, so I did it again. And it was actually pretty tough, but I had this new passion to like be out even more and practice making fires with sticks and napping arrowheads out of flint and tracking animals and foraging edible plants. So I had this passion, and that passion stayed with me. And I did a year of homeschool after that year of repeating ninth grade. And then I went off to Bulgaria, and I did a year abroad there.
Oh,
for
you and I have both spent time there.
Yeah.
I've been there too.
Yeah. I've seen your program.
Yeah. So a year there, huh?
Yeah.
What was that purpose for?
It was just out of interest.
Oh, okay.
Out of begging my
nothing,
parents.
nothing in the Bulgarian wilderness.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just okay. You finished high school?
I got a GED in the end.
All right.
Yeah.
So you got out of high school at what age? So you
16.
said at 16. So you came back to ninth grade. It was tough. You went to Bulgaria, and then you didn't go back, pretty much, to high school.
Yeah, that was basically.
Do you regret that? Not finishing it?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm really happy with how I've
old
gone.
are you now?
26.
Okay. What do you? I mean, where would you say you're at right now in your 20s?
Well, I just graduated college up in northern Vermont with a degree in outdoor education.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep. That was back in August, and I've been working at Powers Landscaping here on Nantucket since then. And I've got visions of running outdoor programs that are in the wilderness, basically like backpacking trips for a month or different periods of time that are focused on
Great.
Connection with the earth. And
you mean like taking people from here and then going off into the wilderness or wherever?
Not specifically from here, but from anywhere really. And
yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
And where would you take them?
I'm thinking the Northeast in general, just because I feel such a connection to the Northeast. There's a lot of grand places all over the world that people lead trips, but I feel like the Northeast is often overlooked. Everyone wants to go to Colorado or Sierra Nevada.
You know, you and I have a similar interest. I don't do the length that you do, but I love getting lost in the wilderness. It revives my soul, like it always has. Mm-hmm. And there's a section in Maine, I'm sure you've been in there, where the lakes are down where my house is in Lubec area, down East Maine. It's a huge wilderness area. Lakes, warm water, fish. You don't see anybody. So what would the experience be like if you took, I mean, that could be a little business. That's your passion, right? You could make a business out of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm envisioning like a several month long program actually, in which the first 3 months maybe, are preparation for a month-long hike or a walkabout, as I would call it. And the first 3 months I would teach survival skills and basic earth living, and we would make all our own clothing out of natural materials. We would forage our own food and store it, preserve it. We'd make pemmican, like dried meat, with berries and fat. And
would you hunt?
Yeah, I think for the first 3 months we'd have to figure out how we do things with the law and everything.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because I know that a lot of primitive
could whatever it took. I mean, you could bring food in.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that show Alone?
I've never seen it, but I keep hearing about it.
You've got to go. You have to. I love it. You have to see it. It's on the History Channel, and you should be a contestant on there. Dude, it is incredible. You will love it, and it's exactly what you're talking about. People go into the forest. They go into Vancouver Island, where there's bears and cougars, and they train you how to use video cameras. You have to be your own videographer. There's no camera crew. You have a satellite phone that you can tap out at any time, and they will come immediately and come and get you. And I imagine, though they don't do it in the show, that they ask you every day to call them to make sure you're alive. But these guys, the last winner was in there for 2 months, almost 2 months. Or maybe it was 2 months. That was a long time. That was beat the guy before it. So I want you to be a contestant. You'd be a perfect contestant. All right? We're going to be waiting for that. You get $500,000, and that would help you start your business, wouldn't it? And wouldn't that be a nice backing to have if you were to win that thing?
I will think about it.
All right. I'll get you all the information. How about that?
Okay.
All you got to do is enter.
All right.